Grace thinks she can control the harbor. Let her drown in her own loyalty. While she plays queen, they'll claim what's rightfully mine. These fools don't see it yet, but the harbor, the relics, even the tide itself will bow to me. Let Grace have her noble war. They'll have power.
You know, Lyra, for someone planning to conquer a harbor, you look more like a sea hag packing for a vacation. Maybe Grace isn't the enemy, but your temper is.
Oh, spare me your wisdom, barnacle brain. If I wanted a lecture, I'd go to Grace's court. At least my temper wins battles. Once, this hall was mine to command, filled with songs, banners, and power. Now it crumbles, forgotten like me. Grace sits on her throne, adored by hatchlings and guards alike, while I allure it in shadows. But the sea remembers, the tide remembers, and soon the harbor will choke on my rag. Let them laugh at their queen, now the first will drown their joy in fire and salt.
Careful, Lyra, rage makes the sea lighter, but it doesn't make you stronger. Grace may have her throne, but you have something far more dangerous, patience and spite. The harbor won't see you coming until it's too late.
The sea foamed silver as moonlight cut across Lyra's overgrown castle by the shore. Inside, she darted from alcove to alcove, arms glinting with the weight of her treasures, pearls stolen from drowned nobles, coins rusted from sunken galleons, and jeweled relics that still whispered with ancient power. Each piece she placed with precision into a net of seaweed and bone, her eyes glowing like storm fire. Let them come, she hissed, dragging the heavy bundle toward the cliff edge overlooking the harbor. The land dwellers, the greedy pirates, they can't resist the shimmer. They'll chase the gold, and I'll drag their ships under. From the shadows, her serpent tail curled and thrashed against the stone, sending sparks of seawater into the air. The waves below answered her call, black and eager. Tonight, Lyra's lure would shine brighter than any star, and lead the harbor into ruin. The swamp churned like a living beast that night, its reeds hissing in the wind as Lyra's tribe fanned out beneath the black waters. Their eyes gleamed faintly, glimmers of green and silver darting between tangled roots and forgotten wrecks. They moved with purpose, weaving nets of kelp, sharpening coral shards, and planting traps beneath the mud. Above, the pirates crept through the channels in crooked ships, lanterns swinging, blades drawn. They had heard the whispers of treasure, Lyra's treasure, and sought to rip it from the swamp, no matter the cost. Their voices carried across the dark, find them, drag the fish things from their holes. But Lyra's tribe was faster. They surged as one, bursting from the reeds, swarming the wooden hulls. Nails and teeth tore at planks, tails whipped like chains, and one by one, ships groaned and slipped beneath the surface. The swamp rejoiced with a roar of bubbles and splintered wood. Still, the pirates fought back. Some were cleverer than their greed made them seem. Brass cages lowered, glass tanks gleamed in torchlight, and before the tribe could scatter, several merfolk were caught. Their hands and fins beat against the walls of their new prisons as the pirates jeered, hauling them onto the decks like exotic beasts. Lyra, watching from the shadows of the mangroves, clenched her fists around a shard of obsidian. Her serpent tail thrashed against the roots, shaking the swamp itself. Not this time, she growled. The pirates thought themselves hunters, but she would remind them that in her waters, they were only prey. The swamp swallowed another ship whole, leaving nothing but a trail of bubbles where men had stood moments before. The battle was not yet won, but the swamp was stirring, and Lyra's wrath was only beginning. On the far side of the swamplands, where the waters glowed faintly with silver light, the giving tree stood tall, its roots curling deep into the earth like veins of power. It was spawning season, the most sacred time of all. Hundreds of mare hatchlings swirled in the swamp's currents, nesting in the branches that pulsed with warmth and life. The air shimmered with song, soft, ancient chants, their scales glistening like shards of moonlight. Grace watched quietly from the edge, her heart full. The giving tree had endured storms, war, even betrayal, but in this moment, it was what it had always been, the lifeblood of the realm. and as the hatchlings swam free, the swamplands thrummed with the promise of renewal, a reminder that even in the darkest waters, life would always return.